Hey guys, so here is part 3 of the 5.3 notes. We're going to continue to multiply polynomials, but these are kind of special types here. So number 7, we have x plus 1 times x minus 7 times x plus 3. Now, in the last few ones that we've been multiplying, we've only had 2 sets of parentheses. Here, we're going to have 3. Now, in order to multiply, we can actually only multiply 2 sets of parentheses at a time. And we definitely know we are going to multiply because notice there's no plus or minus in between the 3 sets of parentheses. So what we need to do is we can only FOIL or multiply 2 sets of parentheses at a time. Okay, so that means we can either multiply the x plus 1 with the x minus 7, or multiply the x minus 7 with the x plus 3. It really doesn't matter where you start. I like to just go in order, so I'm going to multiply these two here. Okay, so I'm going to do x times x. Of course, that gives me x squared. I'm going to leave this in parentheses because I'll have to multiply by the x plus 3. I get minus 7x plus x and minus 7. Now, before I multiply this with this x plus 3, I'm going to simplify, meaning I'm going to combine my like terms. So negative 7 and the x. So I have x squared minus 6x minus 7. Now I'm going to go ahead and multiply. So I'm going to take my x squared and multiply by x and the 3. So I get x cubed plus 3x squared. And then I'll take my negative 6x multiplied by x and 3. So I get minus 6x squared minus 18x. And then my last, I'll take the negative 7 multiplied by the x and the 3. So minus 7x minus 21. Now if you combine like terms, so x cubed, I can't combine that with anything, so it stays x cubed. My 3x squared, I can combine that with my negative 6x squared, so that gives me minus 3x squared. Then my negative 18x and my negative 7x, I can combine that to give me my negative 25x. And then, of course, the minus 21 can't combine with anything else, so I just get that. So then, this would be my final answer here. Okay, let's look at number 8. So number 8, we have 4x minus 3 squared. Now, we've seen this before, especially in our quadratics unit. But what does that squared represent? Well, what this represents is saying we have 4x minus 3 and 4x minus 3. So we have 2 of the same factors. Okay, so whenever you see that exponent, it just represents that you have as many as that exponent of the factor. So we just need to expand, and then from there, we're going to multiply. Now, be careful. Please do not ever distribute an exponent. That is incorrect math. It means to expand, okay? So now here we multiply. We take our 4x and multiply by 4x and minus 3. So I get 16x squared minus 12x. And then I do the same thing with my negative 3. So I get minus, once again, 12x plus 9. Now I combine my terms, which is going to be my negative 12x's. And I get 16x squared minus 24x plus 9. Okay? Now let's say we had a problem just like that, and it said 4x minus 3 cubed. Well, what would that represent? Once again, do not distribute the exponent, okay? Never distribute the exponent. Please write that down in your notes so you remember. Never, ever, ever, okay? So what that 4x minus 3 cubed means is we need to expand. So we would have 4x minus 3 times 4x minus 3. times 4x minus 3. From there, it would just be like what we did in example 7, when we take two of them to multiply and then take the other two. So let's go ahead and do this one. So at least you have this. So add this to your notes. So from here, I'm going to go ahead and multiply the first two, which we kind of already know what that is, right? So we already know it's going to be that 16x squared minus 24x plus 9. So I'm going to kind of skip to that part since we know that. Okay. Now I'm going to take that and multiply by the 4x minus 3, the last one. So 16x squared times 4x and times the negative 3. You might need a calculator for this. So we get 64x squared and then minus 48. Oops, that should be x cubed, and then we'll have the x squared. And then minus 48x squared. I do the same thing with my 24. So 24 times 4, I get negative 96x squared plus 24 times 3, 72x, and then my 9. So 9 times 4 gives me plus 36x, and then minus 27. Now we need to combine our like terms. So 64x squared, that can't, or x cubed, excuse me, that can't be simplified or combined with anything, but those x squares can. So I'm going to do negative 48 minus 96, and that gives me negative 144x squared. And I can combine my 72x and the 36x. That gives me plus 108x, and then I have my minus 27 since I can't combine it. Okay. So just be careful, especially when you have those exponents. Don't distribute them. It really means to expand, so you have that many factors. Okay, if you have any questions, make sure you contact me and make sure you complete the homework assignment. I'll see you guys later.